Good Tuesday morning, everybody. How's everybody doing? I sat there this morning. I got up and did my reading, and then I did some other stuff. And I got a meeting here in a little while. I got to be out on a video call, and so I was thinking through that, praying through that. At the same time, I got to reflecting yesterday. That little side gig I do where I make ink pens and all that. Miss Lucille's announced they're going to stop even their personal shopper deal. They're going to stop the videos and all that stuff. The front porch, they're shutting down. He said he'll do where he leaves stuff on the porch and then you leave the money and, where there's not even any human contact. The Upstairs Emporium, another place, they announced they're closing. For the season. And it seems like it's getting real. It's getting real of more and more and more places are closing down. The governor's asking more and more and more people to stay home if possible, to do this. And, it's just getting real. It's just getting real. And it's so weird what's essential personnel compared to what's not essential personnel. And so as we're going through this morning, reading in the Moravian, it was kind of weird for me of like nothing really grabbed me as far as in the moment of today. And so I went back and reread it. And the more I began to think about it, right here in Psalms 42, it says, I'm deeply depressed. Therefore, I remember you from the land of Jordan and the peaks of Hermon, from Mount Mizar. Deep calls to deep in the roar of your waterfalls. And I think sometimes that may be key. It's when we're deeply distressed, we remember the things he did. I mean, the psalmist here is remembering back at what happened at the Jordan. He's remembering back at what happened at the peaks of Hermon. He's remembering what happened there. And he's remembering the depth of the Lord is calling for a depth of his heart. And I think in that is a powerful thing because your mind is an enemy sometimes of where we hold every thought captive. But let's just face it, sometimes we hold the negativity in our head. We hold the toxic nature in our head. We hold the junk in our head. We hold grudges in our head. We start looking at everybody else's Facebook and say, they're having fun and I'm not. They're living their best life now and I'm not. And, it's easy to get a little grumpy and a little irritable and a little just frustrated. And I think we may see more of that as it goes on. So I'm calling the warning out now saying, hey, guys, let's lean in. And deep calls to deep in the roar of your waterfalls. So as you're sitting there listening to the presence of God, and as you're in the presence of the King, you just kind of lean in and you allow just the memories of things he's already done to give you hope for things that he's going to do. And I think that's going to be a big thing. Tomorrow night, let's see, today's Tuesday. Yeah, tomorrow night I set up a Zoom call. I need to put the Zoom number in there. And what we're going to do is kind of like what I do in our missional community. We do a 3-question Bible study. What, how, who, what stood out to you? How are you going to respond? Who do you need to reach out to? It's a modify of that. That I'm going to do. What do we see about God? What do we see about the Lord? And just kind of have everybody put it in the chats, and I'll create it on the whiteboard where I'll make the list of all the whats, and then how would a follower of Jesus respond to this, and do all the hows, and then let everybody kind of think through that. Well, what if this grabbed my attention? What's going on inside of me? And let people kind of wrestle with that. And depending on how many people join, if you have 20 people in the room, it'll be a nightmare with Zoom trying to get everybody talking. So we may have everybody muted down, but then entering in the chat log. It's worth trying. Worst case scenario, it'll be horrible. That's the worst case scenario. Nobody's going to lose their salvation. Nobody's going to walk away. Nobody's going to be infuriated. Worst case, it'll be horrible. Best case, we learn how to pray for one another. We learn how to bear one another's burdens. We learn how to encourage one another. You get to look them in the eye on the video camera and see each other, and that's good. So I want to encourage you be watching for the link for Zoom. It was on the email that went out today. If you didn't get the email that come out this morning, it means you're not signed up for the email. You can blame me if you want to. The easiest way is just go to xroadsfellowship.com, click the button that says, connect with us or something. You'll figure out which button. Just click that, add your email, and that way you get on the email list. A copy of it's popped up on Facebook. But hey, everybody have a great day. Keep leaning in, man. Take advantage of this season we're in, whether you're essential personnel or unessential personnel. I believe God is trying to get our attention with some stuff. I believe God is trying to speak into us right now. So now's a great time for us to lean in. I'm praying hard for our first responders and our nurses. I've talked to a couple of different nurse friends of mine that now's definitely a season to be praying for those guys. It's a season to be praying for the world. But I don't know. I really have such a burden right now for some of the nurses of just loving them and praying for them. And, Michelle and DJ and Cody and good Lord, I could go on and on. That's before we even get like to Quinter and Janine and Makisa and all them that are doing the, I wish I could see the comments so Janine could tell me the name. Caregiver. Yeah, caregivers. And, man, I got to get where I can see the comments. But, it's real. But, man, God's with us, and he's walking with us. He's journeying with us. So y'all have a great day, and I will see y'all later on, man. Be ready tomorrow night, man. We're going to get on that Zoom. Hey, I may have just a moment, tell everybody turn their mics on and go nuts just to see how it happens. So worst case, it'll be horrible. Best case, it'll be awesome. It could land in between. It's a good show. I like the odds. Y'all have a great day. See y'all.